Hello, this is Kelly Jennings again with Apex Nutrition and the new spot on my site called the Well-Oiled Athlete. This is my third video in this series. We've talked about an introduction to essential oils and if they're snake oil or if there's something that can actually help us, and how it relates to nutrition and how it's actually very much like what I've talked about over and over in so many posts, videos, and podcasts within nutrition and the compounds that so many foods and plant foods offer us. The second video we discussed how essential oils actually work in our bodies as far as the ways it can enter our bloodstream and the effects they can have there. And in this third video, I'm going to introduce you to some ideas on how essential oils can specifically help athletes. So this is going to be kind of my area of expertise and something that I might be able to offer you. So as we've discussed a little bit before, plants are making these compounds, right? And they're making them for a few different reasons. They're either trying to heal themselves, to thrive in their environment, to communicate with pollinators and attract things they want, or to fend off enemies either by repelling them through smell and signals away from the plant, or once those insects or attackers are actually on them. So there are a lot of things the plant is trying to do for itself, and in those same ways these plant compounds can help us and different tissues in our bodies. Now, different types of plants are going to make compounds that work in different areas of our bodies, and just as an example to throw out there, I've discussed over and over how ginger can help our joints, and it's the gingerols in the ginger that our bodies are using to help reduce pain and to promote healing at the joint level. Well, these same gingerols are a compound that's in essential oil of ginger. So the ginger's essential oil is the same thing as our body is using from ginger, so you've got it in whole food form, you've got it in powdered or supplemental form, and now you've got it in oil form. Now the essential oil is going to be the most concentrated and strong out of all of those, so it also warrants the most respect with knowing how to use it. And that's also why we're going to try to use a very high quality company with a great reputation for not only their process of obtaining the oils, but also where they get their oils. So it's not going to just be from any source, but everything is highly regulated with this company, and that makes me a lot more comfortable with recommending them to you. So let's just dive in. Now, I've got an entire document that you can buy on my site of 100 ways athletes can use essential oils, and 50 of those ways are going to be using only the essential oils that are common and found in 2 kits that I recommend. So you buy the kits and you are set to go with all those 50 ways. The other ones are ones you can add on if you've got special needs for those. So there's a lot more to go through, and that document has all the specific recipes and how-tos of how to do this. But I'm just going to introduce you to some ideas on how athletes might use them right now. So for one, some essential oil compounds are very good at healing our skin. I got into a fight with a sparkler earlier last year actually at 4th of July, and besides the pain relief that I've spoken about with some essential oils after long rides and with recovery, this was probably the most remarkable healing that I had felt and seen, and how astonished I had been. But after this, I used some spray that I had made out of 2 essential oils and fractionated coconut oil, and it's our burn spray that we have around the house, and I applied it, and it was amazing. You know how burns hurt and they just throb, and that's all you can think about, and then it was hot outside and that hurt more. After applying this, the pain relief was almost instantaneous, definitely within just minutes, and the healing was remarkable. So that's one example, but in addition to burns, these same oils can work to help our bodies heal connective tissue. So our skin can heal from road rash and from scrapes and from whatever sort of thing might happen to you out there on your bike or on your run when you tumble down a trail. It can help. Another one along those same lines is some essential oils, just like plants want to repel insects, are good insect repellers that don't have a lot of the nasty chemicals we might not want to put into our skin, and those can help on camping trips and just anytime you're out somewhere where there's a lot of insects. Another thing is energy production. We have talked over and over my lemon cashew bars. One of the reasons I like to use lemon in training fuel is because it does have properties that can help just with our bodies feeling energized and promoting energy production. Well, oils from citrus plants can do that as well. So we can use those, and at high quality ones you can use them internally, and so I'll have recipes for you to do that. Another one is actual performance. Did you know that there's an essential oil, peppermint, that works maybe not to the same extent, but in much the same way as results we see with caffeine? It pretty much promotes just better performance across the board, with power, with endurance, with all these things. It also promotes reduction in headaches. So if you're someone that out on a long run gets a headache, whether that's from a little bit of dehydration or just the elements or whatever, it can help there too. It's pretty remarkable, and there are studies on this. This is not just something I'm saying for the sake of saying it. There are good peer-reviewed studies that I will have links for as you follow me through these pages that will show you how remarkable these oils are. Another one is if you have nasty sneakers, nasty bike shoes, nasty bike gloves, nasty helmet, nasty chamois, nasty whatever, tea tree oil is one essential oil that comes to mind that is great at, it's an antibacterial and antifungal that you can spray just to kind of, shoes, something like that where you can't just wash them all the time. Something that will reduce any bacteria buildup or fungus or growth, things like that in some of those sports equipment, sort of clothing and that sort of thing. Another one is athletes often suffer from toenail issues and athlete's foot, things like that, again for the same reason. So tea tree oil and oregano are great for those. And they are antifungal, antibacterial, and some of these oils are antiviral as well. Respiratory infections, again, antiviral, antibacterial oils can help reduce the incidence and prevent respiratory infections and help with allergies as well. A lot of allergies come from plants, and a lot of plants repel things that cause those allergies from that are in humans from other plants. So there are so many great things. And I'm so excited to share these all with you. And I'm going to make it easy for you in some links below if you do want to get started. So you can trust me with this company that I have chosen. And I'm sorry that I can't just say the name and all of this, but there's a lot of FDA regulations around this now because there were lots and lots of excitement and bloggers just making huge claims around these and then tying those with specific companies. So the FDA got more involved with restricting what people can say with specific companies and specific oils because of this. So it's different than pharmaceuticals or something where there's only certain places you can get those. Since you can get these from a lot of different places, the FDA has regulated what we can say as far as claims and then assigning those to brands. So I'm sorry about that. Hopefully that makes sense, and you can follow the links below and then I can fill you in if you are interested. And I have a whole other little store site that you can go to buy the oils. So there's 3 ways to buy the oils that I recommend. One is you just go onto my store site and the link below, and you can just buy whatever oils you want. Number 2 is if you think of something like Costco where you pay an upfront fee and then you get wholesale membership because you think maybe that you will want to buy in the future and you want those lower prices, that's the second way. So you pay a fee and then you get wholesale membership to the site, and then you can have wholesale prices on those, which are 25% off of the retail. Number 3 is that they do have these kits, and there's 2 that I recommend highly to just get you started with all these different oils. They give you a good amount of every different oil, but the great thing about the kits is when you purchase one, you get your fee for wholesale rates waived, so no fee, and then you get those wholesale rates as well. So that's probably the best way to go. That's how I went. My small kit has lasted over a year now, and I've still got more to use of a lot of the essential oils. So it's more than paid for itself in all these ways. I also will show you how you can use essential oils to clean. Since you do obtain oils into your bloodstream through through respiratory and those mucous membranes like we've talked about, diffusing them, so that's kind of like putting them in a little humidifier thing, into your environment can help a lot in cleaning with them and that sort of thing as well. So there's a lot of great uses and ways they pay for themselves multiple times over, and you can kind of green up and make your whole house feel so healthy and so green and clean, and it's just a fabulous way to go. And I'm highly recommending this. So that's where we're starting. I hope that you've enjoyed these and you've learned if you were looking to learn something about essential oils for athletes, and there's so much more to learn. So stick with me and let's get going with these. Thank you so much for visiting The Well-Oiled Athlete.